If you're a scriptwriter for peak drama, you couldn't have written this better. Defending World Cup champion Argentina just survived another extra time thriller, their third straight knockout match that's gone past 90 minutes, defeating Switzerland 3-1 on what's already being called the goal of the tournament. And now they're headed to Atlanta to face England in a semifinal that has every single storyline you could possibly want. Let's set the stage for what just happened, because this wasn't just another match. Argentina's looked mortal this entire tournament. They scraped through the group stage, needed penalties against Colombia in the round of 16, and tonight against Switzerland, they were locked at 1-1 through 90 minutes despite dominating possession. The Swiss goalkeeper was having the match of his life. Messi hit the post twice. It felt like one of those nights where the defending champions were about to get knocked out by a team that defended with 11 men behind the ball and refused to break. Then came the 105th minute. Julián Alvarez, 24 years old, playing in his second World Cup, picked up the ball just past the halfway line. What happened next is going to be replayed for decades. He took on the first Swiss defender with a touch so clean it looked rehearsed. Cut inside past the second. The third came sliding in, and Alvarez just shifted the ball to his left foot like the defender wasn't even there. 20 yards out, top corner, keeper didn't move. Absolute perfection. The Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, yeah, that's where this match was played. A preview of Wednesday's semifinal venue absolutely erupted. Even some Swiss fans were on their feet applauding, because when you see a goal that pure, you can't help yourself. Social media went ballistic within seconds. Former players, journalists, fans from every country, everyone agreed this was the moment of the tournament so far. Alvarez added another in the 118th minute just to seal it, but that second goal was almost irrelevant. The conversation was already over. Goal of the tournament. Done. Now, here's where this gets massive. Argentina's reward for surviving yet again. They get England in Atlanta on Wednesday night. And if you know anything about football history, you know exactly why this is the match everyone wanted, but also the match that's going to have diplomatic undertones that go way beyond sport. Let's start with the football history. 1986 World Cup quarterfinals, Mexico City. Diego Maradona scores twice in the same match. First with his hand, the infamous hand of God goal that shouldn't have counted. Then with what's considered one of the greatest individual goals ever scored, dribbling past half the English team. Argentina wins 2-1. England's still bitter about it almost 40 years later. Than 1998, another knockout match. David Beckham gets sent off. England loses on penalties. 2002, Beckham gets his revenge with a penalty that sends England through. Every single time these two nations meet in a major tournament, it's theater. But it goes deeper than football. The Falklands War in 1982, just 4 years before that 1986 World Cup match, created a geopolitical tension between Argentina and England that still exists in certain contexts today. When these teams play, especially in knockout football, there are layers of national identity and historical grievance that most international matches simply don't carry. It's not hostile, it's just loaded. Every tackle means more. Every goal celebration gets analyzed. And this version of the rivalry, it might be the most compelling yet. On one side, you've got 39-year-old Lionel Messi, arguably the greatest player to ever touch a football, playing in what is almost certainly his last World Cup. He won it all in 2022 in Qatar, the one trophy that had eluded him his entire career. He came back for 2026 on American soil because he wanted one more run, one more chance to play in front of crowds that have embraced him since his Inter Miami days. He's been good this tournament, not great, but he's still the emotional center of this Argentine team. Every match feels like it could be his last. The stakes are enormous. On the other side, you've got England, a nation that invented football, that hasn't won a World Cup since 1966, and that has been singing "It's Coming Home" with increasing desperation for nearly 60 years. They finally look like they might actually have the team to do it. Jude Bellingham, 23 years old, just dragged them past Norway in the quarterfinals with 2 goals and an assist. Harry Kane's finally healthy. Their defense has been rock solid, and they're playing with a confidence that English teams usually lack in major tournaments. They genuinely believe this time is different. The tactical matchup is fascinating too. Argentina is going to control possession. They always do. Messi will drop deep. Alexis McAllister and Enzo Fernandez will dictate tempo from midfield. And Alvarez, fresh off his heroics, will run at England's backline every chance he gets. But England's built to absorb pressure and counter. Bellingham's ability to arrive late in the box is lethal. Bukayo Saka and Phil Foden on the wings can punish you in transition. And if this match goes to penalties, England's actually been good at those lately, which is a sentence I never thought I'd say out loud. Here's what makes Wednesday night in Atlanta so special for American audiences specifically. The U.S. is out of the tournament, knocked out by Mexico in heartbreaking fashion. But this World Cup is happening in our stadiums, in our cities, with our crowds. And now we get the biggest match of the tournament so far happening in Atlanta, a city that's already proven it can handle massive football events. The atmosphere is going to be split. Huge Argentine communities in the U.S., huge English-speaking support for the Three Lions. It's going to feel like a neutral venue that's somehow a home match for both sides. And let's be real, most American fans are going to lean England in this one. It's the language, the cultural ties, the fact that the Premier League is the league most American soccer fans follow. Rooting for England feels natural for a lot of U.S. viewers, even if we just spent 3 weeks hoping they'd crash out early so we could mock them. Now that we're out, England's the adopted team. It's just how this works. Wednesday night, Argentina versus England. Messi's possibly final World Cup semifinal against a nation desperate to finally end 60 years of hurt in Atlanta, on American soil, with a spot in the World Cup final on the line. This is why we watch football. This is why the World Cup is the biggest sporting event on the planet, because sometimes the narratives align so perfectly that the match almost doesn't need to be played, except it absolutely does, because no script could do justice to what might actually happen on that pitch. We'll have full tactical breakdowns, key player matchups, and predictions leading up to kickoff. This is the match of the tournament. Don't miss it.